Today we are interviewing Cynthia Weems. Today's date is November the 8th, 2022. The interview in which you're about to participate is part of the Wood County Historical Commission's project to record the history of the common schools of Wood County, Texas. The content of this interview will focus on your experience at Common Ridge. What is your full name?
Cynthia Ann Weems.
What year were you born?
1939. And April 6th.
What are your parents' names?
My mother was Cliffy Verdi Bradshaw. My daddy was Louis William Weems.
What was your father's occupation?
Sometimes he farmed, but mostly he was a wood hauler. Haul put wooden logs, stuff like that.
The timber industry was big in Wood County.
Big, timber industry was big, yes it was. It made lots of people a living. And my brothers went into that business too.
What was the highest grade taught at Common Ridge?
8.
Do you know how the school got its name?
No.
Did it have a mascot?
No.
I know some of the schools did.
If they did, I don't remember it. I don't think so.
How old were you when you started school?
6.
Do you remember what year?
No. From 39 to whatever it was, 40, 41, 2.
How did you get to school each day?
I didn't walk. My dad carried us sometimes. Sometimes the bus driver, Miss Odessa, come picked us up. When my dad carried us over there and he picked up some of us. Okay, when I was in the first grade, I walked to school. I lived in Gore Bottoms, walked up the hill, and walked with my cousin to the corner there on 312 and whatever it was, and rode with Miss Odessa Whitworth to school. When we moved over to where I was living, where my dad bought the property, after that he carried us and he built seats on the back of a pickup truck, and we sat in, and he picked up lots of the students, and we sat in the back on these little boards. Then when it became that it wasn't paying him enough money, he quit that, and he sold the bus, the little cab thing, to the Whitworths, and they picked us up for a while from then on.
Did your siblings go with you?
No, I was the only one. My younger brother, he went a few years there. And I think my younger brother, my second brother, Jim Bob, I think he went to I think he did first grade there. So Monty was there for a while with me, and then Bob was very little there with me.
Did you have friends that went with you? Or rode with you?
Oh, the people on the road with us that they picked up. He picked up several students.
Where was the Common Ridge School located?
That Little Hope is in the grounds where Little Hope Church is.
Was it behind the church?
Behind the church. I think that is 3990 now, the corner of 3990, and a road that comes off 312. I think, what is that, 38 something, 90 something, I don't know what it is.
I think you're correct. And the Little Hope Church still has the Common Ridge School bell.
Yes, it does.
What were the roads like at that time?
Dirt. Dirt. The road to our house from that 3990 was nothing but a dirt road, and you could get stuck in the dirt road. You could get stuck in that dirt
So
road.
did your dad take you, or someone took you if it were raining or bad weather?
Dad took us. If the school teacher didn't come before, Dad took us until we started riding with Miss Odessa Whitworth, and then I was told to stay at her house until Dad picked me up. Sometimes I walked home.
Did anyone ride a horse to school?
No.
Did the school have a lunchroom?
Yes, it did. It had a building over to the side, and Mrs. Cox cooked us warm lunch. She was a very good cook.
Did the school have an auditorium?
You could call it an auditorium if you wanted to. It was a 3-room school. The 3rd room was used for an auditorium. It could have had students at some time, but it didn't when I was in school.
Was the school ever damaged by the weather or a fire?
Not that I remember.
Do you remember about what time school started in the morning?
No. Nor when it ended. I went to school.
Did you ever have to miss school to work at home?
No.
Do you remember any of your teachers?
Just Miss Odessa Whitworth.
And what grade did she teach?
1 through 4.
Did you ever pull any tricks on her?
No, she was very serious. You didn't pull tricks on her. Did you have teachers like that? Mm-hmm.
Do you remember what you had to take to school with you? Any of your supplies or things?
No, just paper and pencils, stuff, things like that. And the books they issued us.
Who were some of your friends?
Oh, Imogene, Reba.
Do you remember any adventures or things that you did with your friends?
Oh, we went out and played softball and basketball. All the kids played together. Boys and girls played together at recess when we played softball and basketball. And we played jump ropes and different things like that, hopscotch, stuff like that.
So besides the school, there was a lunchroom, an outbuilding.
Yes.
Were there any other outbuildings?
Yes, there was a building that was a cistern next to the school. And when I was maybe in my first grade, that the big boys would go out and play catch you, and they throw people into the burl house. And one time they threw some people in there, and one of the boys fell into the well and died.
Oh my gosh.
And died. And I think that was the last year, because I was talking to my brother about it. And it was when he was in first grade. He said it wasn't when he was there, and said when he went to school, the cistern was gone, the house was there, everything was gone.
How large do you think the school lot was?
Oh, 2 or 3 acres.
Where was the playground?
Out all the place, everywhere except where the school was. Everywhere but except where the buildings were.
Was there a swing set?
Yes.
Was there a seesaw?
Yes.
How about a merry-go-round?
No. Oh, we'd go to the schools that had merry-go-rounds, and boy, we would, when you go play, they go play basketball and softball team with all the little common schools. And we would just make ourselves sick going around and around that merry-go-round.
Were there any special programs or parties that the school had at Christmas?
Oh yes, they had special occasions for Christmas and Halloween and those kind of things. I think all the holidays. I just remember Christmas and Halloween, but I'm pretty sure there was something for everyone. Because everybody in the church was Baptist. It was church was right there. And the PTA meetings, the ladies met in the church.
Did you have a Christmas play?
Not that I remember. But we did have plays because in that auditorium they had bought the people in the community put plays on and collected money and built a really nice curtain back there.
So the school had some sports teams that played other schools?
Uh-huh.
Softball and basketball?
Uh-huh.
Did you play?
Not on the teams because I think we didn't have girls. No, I don't remember playing on the team.
Do you remember any of the schools that you played?
No, Picton and I don't know the names of the people. I don't know the names of the people nor the schools.
How was your school heated?
I guess probably butane. Because I don't remember wood, I don't remember fireplace. We didn't have a fireplace and I don't think a wood heater either.
What about cooled?
Windows open. Windows open.
What about restrooms?
There were two toilets in the back in the back, one for girls and one for boys, near the fence, outdoor toilets.
What if anybody got hurt at school? Who took care of them?
My cousin got his arm broken. They just took him home, and they had to take it. And I guess it took so long for him to get there. He was in the hospital for a couple of days. But that's what happened. Those parents came and got them.
Do you remember any of the rules that you had to follow at school?
Yeah, know the lesson. No, just know the lessons, know the work. You know.
Did you know anyone that got a whipping?
Oh yeah. I guess everybody did. They did anything wrong.
Would you say that discipline was strict?
I don't know if it's strict or we were just convinced it was strict. We was very convinced it was strict. Now, if it was, I don't know because we just kept in line.
What was your favorite subject?
I didn't have one. You had to know it all.
Did your teachers give out any awards at the end of the school year?
I don't remember any.
Do you remember what your daily routine was? Did you have a recess in the morning and the afternoon?
I don't remember, but we did have recess, and I think it's in the afternoon. But we've had one in the morning, I just don't remember.
Did you have some type of opening ceremony with a pledge or anything?
Sometimes I think we did. I think we had the typical look away Texas thing. I think. And I didn't want to sing it, but did
So what school did you attend after you left Common Ridge?
Winsboro. Memorial.
And what grade was that?
8th. Because it closed at 7 when I was 7.
How did you get to the new school?
Oh, the bus picked me up.
And what year did you graduate from Winsboro?
57.
So what would you like for people to remember about Common Ridge in that community?
I would say that community was neighborly community, and I would recall people, they're just family, we all just got along, I thought. The kids, someone had cut the timber on the edge of the property. Us kids went out there and we would take popcorn and we would take corn and we'd take peanuts. We'd build this little fire and we'd pop this popcorn and these peanuts out there in our recess and we would eat them. One time, one of the students did not put their fire out good, and all this stuff caught fire. All this old brush that's laying out there, dead old brush caught fire, and they had to come put it out. But it just burned to the road. It didn't burn anything because it was dead brush that's really got fire burned.
It didn't hurt the school.
No, it didn't hurt anything.
Yes.
Except the dead brush. It got rid of the dead brush.
Well-
And it got rid of our little playhouses where we could get out. So we could take these little sticks and make us a little fire and to pop our popcorn, parch our peanuts, We couldn't do that anymore. Too bad.
Well, it has been our honor to hear you talk about Common Ridge. And so we just want to thank you for your time in helping us save this important time in Wood County,
Okay,
because we want people to remember and to understand this.
okay.
And we just appreciate you so much.
Thank you.